Okay guys, welcome to another Konbini Quest video. Today there is a typhoon going on, so as you may have noticed in the intro when I went to the store, the bread section on the left there, just near the counter, totally sold out. There's a few like small like donuts or something. The hot foods area, the prepared food, sandwiches and stuff, is mostly sold out as well. However, the reason I came here is because I wanted to try the new Apple Coca-Cola that just came out recently. And while I was in there, I also noticed they have a new Gari Gari Kun. You see that one there? I'm not sure if I've tried one of these before on my channel. I think I have, but I can't remember what the flavor was. But this is a staple, a Japanese staple. It's an ice cream bar. Well, it's actually like a frozen bar. It's not. There's no milk in it. It's just like ice and icy or something. And they come out with a few flavors. Their main flavor they usually have is like a ramune flavor, but they also come out with different fruit flavors. Recently they had a pear flavor, which was really good, orange, you know, those kind of things. However, let's start this review off with this, just because it's going to melt. But I don't know if any of you can read Japanese here. This is Tamagoyaki. And Tamagoyaki is basically fried egg. Kind of like an omelet sort of thing. So let me get into this right now. The type of egg that they use for Tamagoyaki, well, it's a regular egg, but the method they use is kind of unique. They usually put it in a square pan, and it's mixed up just like you're making an omelet. And it's folded over and over again, and the result actually kind of looks sort of like what this looks like here. It's kind of square, and it's this color, right? Is it too dark in here? I don't know if the typhoon... There we go. Is that a bit better? I got a light up here. Oh, that might be better. Okay, so yeah, the color is basically egg color, as you would imagine. And this is something you may be familiar with if you've ever seen any of my big giveaways where I go to the sushi restaurant and I roll the dice, and it kind of determines what I'm going to eat. Quite often I end up eating the tamago on top of the egg on top of the sushi, and it's basically one of these. They also mix like sugar or something sweet, I think it's sugar, into the mix, so it's sort of a sweet kind of flavor. So I'm wondering how well they can replicate it. So without delaying much longer, let's get into this. It has a weird sort of eggy flavor, like a cooked egg. And there's sweetness there for sure. There's also, I don't know if there's supposed to be something sort of chewy, like maybe there's little lumps in it or something that simulate the texture of a fried omelet. Oh, we're starting to drip here. Oh yeah, there seems, oh no, there seems to be some text there indicating that it's got icy parts, and it's also got little chunks of something. Let me grab a napkin here where this thing totally melts. Little chunks of something to simulate that sort of chewiness of an egg, an omelet. I don't hate it. I thought I was really gonna hate this. It even has that sort of cooked flavor, you know what I mean? Grilled sort of flavor. This is weird. This is weird. It's melting pretty quick though. And I'm building up more and more of that chewy stuff from within. I don't know if you can actually see the little bits that are in there. But yeah, this is very weird. I mean, full points for creativity on this one. I know they often come out with fruit flavors, which are amazing, but in the past they've also had like a takoyaki flavor, or I think there was a spaghetti or carbonara flavor or something. But yeah, these guys are very, very creative. And like I said, it's a classic. It's been around for decades, this particular brand. I don't hate this. I'm surprised. I really thought I was going to hate this. Now, would I recommend that you try it? Definitely try it. Would I ever get this again? No. Okay, so that's how I stand on this. But it's not disgusting. It's just weird. I feel I gotta eat it quick before it melts though, and I kind of don't want to waste it. I don't hate it enough to not want to waste it, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's get on to the main event here. This is the Coca-Cola Apple that came out recently. Let's see, usually it says, oh yeah, it says that it has no real juice, I'm afraid. It's just artificially flavored, but that's pretty much what I would expect. I've been really impressed with the sort of cola war that's been going on here in Japan between Coke and Pepsi. I know typically or traditionally they're always trying to compete with each other, but this year for some reason both of them have come out with so many different flavors that as soon as a new one comes out, I'm like, what? We got a new one? It's not that common usually, but this year there've been a few. But let's get into this right now. Okay, so yeah, it definitely has a Coca-Cola color, or I should say a cola color. But it doesn't really have a cola smell. It has more of just an apple, or I should say like an artificial sort of apple smell. So I guess before I drink this, I just want to give another shout out, another kanpai to 3 more of my supporters on Patreon, just to say thank you. The first is Adam Zarowski, and also Jason Mansfield, and finally Anonymous. And I think you know who you are. So here we go. Cheers. Like I've had apple sodas before, like when I went to Mexico a couple years ago. Apple sodas were everywhere. If you're from Mexico, you probably know what I mean. And that was the first time I'd ever had an apple soda before. But I actually really liked them. Now this does not taste like those sodas that I tried there. I'm getting a bit of a cola flavor, but there's also this apple thing going on, and I'm not sure if it's the taste of the cola mixed with apple. I'm also getting this sort of, it's not quite cinnamon, but you know, like when you eat an apple pie, there's like apple pie spices in there. Yeah, I like this. I think this tastes really good. I don't think there is cinnamon or those spices. It might just be the cola mixing with the apple. But yeah, this has a really good flavor. This is something I would buy again, for sure. Would I buy it over regular cola? The thing is, I know this is a limited thing, so I probably would while I could, you know what I mean? If it was just something around all the time, it'd be like, whatever, I'd choose whichever. But I'm sure it won't be around much longer, but I do think this is pretty tasty. Like a cola mixed with apple. Okay, so I just ran back in there because I thought it would be fun, yeah, typhoon and all, to do a little experiment. The last time we did one of these, I was with Aaron. We made the Mountain Dew Violet, or we tried to, so I thought I'd give it a try. We got some apple juice here and a regular Coca-Cola. This is the only kind they had in there. Well, they had a large 1 liter size, but this should be enough. It says it's 100% juice. I'm guessing it's from concentrate. Let's do some science. See if we can recreate the Coca-Cola Apple. So I'm not sure what percentage, but maybe about 20%. I apologize if this image is making anyone need to use the toilet. There we go. Woo! And here we go. Okay, but here we go. Down the hatch, I guess. It smells kind of apple-y. It's not bad. It's different. Like, it doesn't have that I described it as a cinnamon thing, even though I don't think it was a cinnamon. It doesn't really have that going on, but it actually doesn't taste bad at all. So if you are in a country or an area where you can't get Coca-Cola Apple, I recommend trying to create your own. It's a little different, I'll say that, but it's actually pretty good. I also got one more item here. Yeah, Pringles. This is called Cheese in Cheese. Cheese in Cheese. Oh, okay, so it says it's a 4-cheese blend. It's got cheddar, cream cheese, mozzarella, and Parmesan cheese. Quite often in Japan when they do like these cheese blends as flavors, they call it like a quattro, I think, quattro cheese. But this time, even though there are 4, they decided to call it cheese in cheese. So it was Aaron that told me that these were pretty good, so I kind of got high hopes that they will be tasty. Oh, they have that, smell like Cheetos, kind of, this rich cheesy smell coming out of the can there. There you go, that's the Japanese Pringles. I think I've been told they're a little bit smaller than sort of Western Pringles. Here we go. Very cheesy. You know what it reminds me of? You know when you make the Kraft dinner, the Kraft macaroni and cheese dinner, that packet of orange stuff? It's like somebody flavored these with that packet of orange stuff. Very cheesy. But yeah, very flavorful. These are pretty good. There we go. Sorry, I turned off my light when I went inside. But yeah, these are pretty good. I really like them. Look, make you kind of thirsty, but I think they're a pretty good pairing for the Coca-Cola Apple. So there you go. That is another episode of Konbini Quest. Sometimes people ask me, why do I call it Konbini Quest? Well, the Japanese word for convenience store is konbini, kind of a shortened word of convenience. I'm gonna finish off all the spillables here and head on my way. Get back inside. I don't know if the typhoon's supposed to get stronger or weaker, but apparently it's like the strongest one that we've had in like decades or something. I know we had one like a month or 2 ago that was pretty strong. This is typhoon number 19 for the year. They keep track of them by giving them numbers. I know I've seen also they also give them names, but I can't quite remember what the name of this particular one is, but this is number 19, and I expect we'll have a few more before the end of the year. But I just want to say thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.